Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the Unfound Podcast Channel on YouTube. I am, of course, Unfound's host, Ed Denzel. Today, I want to look at the important locations for the disappearance of Wendy Gessing. This is an episode that came out on March 7th of 2025, and maybe some of you remember I originally talked about Wendy's disappearance in an Unfound Now episode going back to 2021 when she went missing. And I vowed that because this disappearance caught my attention even more than most disappearances, I made it a point. I wanted to make it a regular podcast episode, really going in depth into Wendy and what actually happened. And so here we are. So looking at this map, and maybe before I go further, please remember to like this map, like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel. All of that is appreciated. So here are the locations, and I'll have you know, before I started talking to Sarah, I did not know that the car and Wendy's car, technically Scott's car, and Wendy's phone had been discovered. That was new information to me when Sarah mentioned it to me, like in one of the first conversations before the official interview was done. So those are the locations we're going to take a look at for this video. So first, we have the pizza place. This is Pizzas by Marcelloni right up here in Crest Hill. You may be wondering, is Scott's last name Marcelloni? I don't think it is. Or why that name for the pizza place, I don't know. Maybe it is his last name. I just don't think that's the case. So in any situation, whatever the case may be, right here in Crest Hill, right on this main route, what is that? Route 7 is where Scott's business still is. And this is where Wendy was working and had been working there for many years. This is where she was working on the day she left on her own and went missing. So now we come down here to the south. I'm going to go down here to this southwest location first, the one farthest away. Over here where the red dot is where she was seen on video. As Sarah explained, it was just a screenshot, but she was shown this screenshot from a video, and it was at this Motel 6, a Joliet, Illinois address, but far from where the car was found. We'll get to that in a moment. Right down here where that red dot is that location. Had Wendy ever been there before? Nobody seems to know. Did she know anybody that was staying there? Nobody seems to know. A lot of unknowns about this location. All we can say, maybe in general, is I think we do have the idea that in some locations like these, not to trash the entire Motel 6 hotel chain. I've stayed in some Motel 6s myself, really, when I've gone to some disc golf tournaments. I've stayed in them, but sometimes these places attract shady people doing shady things. So this is where Wendy was seen on video. How long she was there, all unknown, as best as we can tell. Maybe the police know, but Sarah did not know. Now, Wendy's phone was found near this location. So over here in this location somewhere, I don't know if Sarah had it. Did she say an exact address? But somewhere over in this area, it was just kind of laying there on the street in an alley. Fortunately, a good Samaritan picked it up and turned it in, determined to be Wendy's phone. Have they been able to unlock it? When they text on it, once again, all unknown. And then finally, this is where Scott's car, the car that Wendy was driving, was found, right here on the 400 block of Buell. I think that's how you say it, like the motorcycle manufacturer, Buell, Buell. Right here, 400 Buell Avenue, right in here is where her car was found. Now, in looking at this map, what I'm going to bring up. This river is right there. Is that a coincidence? Is it not a coincidence? I really don't know. But we got to take a look at it. How far was the car away from the river? According to the legend here, maybe about a quarter mile, like 1,000 feet, 1,200 feet, 1,300 feet. Fairly close. The issue, though, is if somebody really wanted to make it look like Wendy jumped in the river, why not just park the car right next to the river? It's something that comes to mind. In addition, if it was Wendy herself who, let's just say she chose, maybe she felt she was going back into bad habits, didn't want to put everybody through that anymore. She didn't want to put herself through it anymore. And she decided, I'm going to go over to one of these bridges and jump into the water, committing suicide. Why not just park, even she herself, why not just park the car right next to the river? So I have to tell you, I'm not inclined to believe that this, because the car was near the river, that she went into the river. But it's a possibility. Obviously, we would not even be thinking about this if the car was found 50 miles away from a river or some sort of big body of water, something like that. I would not even consider it. But being that it's 1,200 feet away, got to talk about it, got to mention it, got to analyze it. However, just like that motel, we're unclear. Had Wendy ever been to the Buell Avenue before? Nobody knows. Did she know anybody on Buell Avenue? Nothing like that's come out in the last 4 years. So could it be a random location? Absolutely. Why that location? Don't know. No idea. You can kind of think about that for yourselves. It is interesting to me that the phone and the car were not found near each other. Is this, we've had some disappearances where phones have been found, but I have to say that I think the phone and the car were found a lot closer to each other, maybe sometimes often maybe right in the car. But this seems like a considerable distance. How far is this? Why don't we take a look at that? We have the map set up. I'll just get rid of the, and just so you know, to drive, like it says right there in the middle of the screen, to drive from the pizza place over to Buell Avenue and then down to the Motel 6, takes 17 minutes, 4.9 miles. Obviously very busy streets, lots of stoplights. At least the time of day. This is real time that Google does this. So this is in Illinois, so it'd be 10:50 a.m. on March 5th. So right now, that's how long that time takes. Maybe if it's the middle of the night, the time would be a lot lower. But 17 minutes, 4.9 miles. But if we take the pizza place out of the equation, that is, what does it say? 2.7 miles, 10 minutes. 2.7 miles doesn't seem like a very large distance until you start talking about disappearances and trying to calculate things. So, don't know. But those are the locations. Thought you would be interested in them. Please, once again, consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, sharing it. Subscribe to this channel by hitting the little button in the bottom right-hand corner. And that's it for this video for the disappearance of Wendy Gessing. Really happy that could finally feature it on the podcast, and I will continue to be of service to Sarah and the rest of Wendy's family. Thanks for watching.